All right. How's it going, everybody? Ooh, you can see some of my. How's it going, everybody? All right. Oh, and you can. Hang on one sec. Welcome to another Wednesday Irish Dance live streams. And this is probably the last Wednesday Irish Dance live stream because we're gonna give it a new name. Um, I'm super uncreative when it comes to names, so I want you guys to pick it. We've got some names up in the air already, but we're going to come up with a name today. We're going to figure it out. Other things, we're doing a dance session today. So um, basically, I'll have you guys pick the tricks. Pick tricks. There's a name. There's a title. And we're going to put together a treble reel using those tricks. And then I'm going to teach that step afterwards. So, yeah. Welcome. If you're new to this live stream, this kind of goes along with my usual content, the stuff that I put out. Is Irish dance, everything, all things Irish dancing, fun Irish dance videos, tutorials, tricks, chats, all that stuff. I like to do the live stream and stuff like that to connect to you guys a little bit further and have the conversation. So if you have any questions about Irish dancing, or just anything Irish dance related, let me know. And we'll talk about it. Lots of things to be excited about with Irish dancing right now. Irish dance competitions are called feshes or feshana. Fesh, to do a fesh. That's an Irish dance competition. Fesh season is upon us. It has not been upon us for the past year and a half, but it looks like competitions are coming back, and that's exciting. I will be at 2 of them this weekend. I'm excited to see what the dancing is like. I'm sure it'll be all different levels and all different ranges of preparedness. Some people dancing straight through the pandemic, others probably just waking up and shaking off the hibernation. But lots of exciting things with Irish dancing. Theaters are starting to open back up, so professional Irish dancers are excited as well. A lot of things to be excited for right now, so good time to hang out with you guys and talk about Irish dance. See what's up. How's everybody doing? How's their week going? How's their dancing going? Where are you tuning in from? I'm tuning in from Chicago. That may soon change in the future, but I am in Chicago right now. Really cold weather. As is tradition, I have my tea. Let's see if we can pin something to the top. What should the new name for our Wednesday streams be? We'll put that up. So that's what we're gonna figure that out today. Ian Monahan, one of our normal channel people here, had the idea of something involving Wednesdance. It's Wednesday, but also dance. So like Irish Wednesdance live streams. I don't know, something just silly, something stupid, but like awesome in a silly, stupid way. It's right up my alley. I think it's the right type of vibe I like. Yeah. Shout out to Barry's Tea, the best kind of tea. Yeah. Alright. I'll let that steep a little bit longer. So, so today I wanted to kind of do a session. I haven't done one in a while. I used to live stream on Instagram a good bit, and I would do that. I would live stream kind of my creative process, putting together a step. So I always find those fun. Yeah, let me get my shoes. So, yeah, we're looking for a new name for the live stream, and then also if there's a trick, pick the trick. What's the? Let's see. Yeah, we're playing pick the trick. I think that's what we're gonna call it. So shout out any Irish dance trick or any type of dance move, I guess, and we'll put that into a dance. It could be fun. Good. So as you can tell, my sound is not great, and my little white mic isn't attached to me. It is arriving tomorrow. So, or supposedly. So I think this is the last week of bad audio. Yeah. How we doing? Pretty quiet in the chat today. How's everybody doing? Sleepy day? Where are we all tuning in from? You know, if not, I'm gonna just dive into a little session of my own. All right, shoes are on. Finnegan Thompson, how are we doing? You're new to the chat. Words on Wednesday. I love it. You're new to the chat. Where are you tuning in from, Finnegan? Words on Wednesday. I like that. I like the inclusion of Wednesday because that is the day. That is the day that we do this. Yeah. Now, if we could get like some sort of something involving dance, something involving Irish dance or something, we're almost there with that. Tuning in from America? All right. What part? What part of America? East Coast? How we doing, Hans? I'm doing just fine. I'm not happy with the weather. It's really cold today. That's never fun. So I'm doing a lot of work indoors, doing a lot of teaching, a lot of dancing. Some exciting projects over the hill, over yonder. My production, Real Rhythm, the show Real Rhythm, Tap and Irish Dancing. We got our promotional video out finally. I might put a link to it somewhere on my channel. But yeah, Real Rhythm promotional video. If you'd like to check that out, that's available now. You can definitely find it on our website, realrhythm.dance. Yeah. Oh, hey there. Do I pronounce that aha? Aha? How do I pronounce your first name? Where are you tuning in from, too? Totally new to Irish dance. I will enjoy any tricks you show. Well, whatever trick you want, name the trick. We're gonna make a list. Pick the trick. We're playing pick the trick. So I want to gather up a bunch of tricks, and we're gonna toss them into one step. We're gonna make it natural. We're gonna make it flow. We're not just gonna like chuck everything into the seat, into the whole kitchen sink in. Yeah. Anna from Russia. Okay. Oh, okay. Or maybe Anna? Maybe Anna? Yeah. Oh, Libzans, how are we doing? Libzans has tuned in to, I think, most of these live streams, tuning in from Montana. Um, your name is in reference to the horse in your photo, I believe, if I know this correctly, if I remember. Yeah. He's on the East Coast. I love the East Coast. Very, very good. Very good. Maddie, the other half of Real Rhythm, she's a tap dancer, and she lives in Delaware, just like right in the middle of Delaware. She actually lives in Middletown, Delaware, the middle of Delaware. Yeah, so literally the middle of the East Coast. Yeah, yeah. Trad set time. Well, this is a good time to mention that I have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel further, you can become a patron of the channel for just $3 a month. That's basically, you know, buying me a tea each month. You support the channel further, all that goes back into the channel. And I set little goals. So we got this thing off the ground to do live streams on a weekly basis with the 10, I think we have 11 patrons right now. So once we hit over our milestone of 10, this is happening now. We have a weekly live stream. So that's awesome. With 20, if we can get to 20 patrons, so if we have 20 patrons on the Patreon, we can. I'm going to be setting forth on a video series in which I try to construct the cheapest do-it-yourself dance floor that's not only like great sound and all of that, but then it's also really good for your feet because a lot of Irish dancing is not good on the feet. It's a lot of trauma if you're dancing on like concrete or something that has little to no give. So you need a floor, a dance space that has give, especially for my older dancers out there. You need some sort of give. I use a floor here by Omara. It's a little bit expensive, but it has like foam underneath it on like almost like a grid system, so it has a little bit of cushion for all the bangs and the jumps and all of that stuff. So at 20 patrons, I'm going to start the video series of how to create your own dance space that's portable, safe, effective, all that stuff. We've been talking about it a good bit during these live streams on how to do it. Uh, I I would imagine doing a video on that would take a lot of time and effort. So I figured let's make it a goal. So 20, and now trad set time. Circling back up to this comment, at 30 patrons, and we've talked about it for a long time, and I've always been like, I don't know, I want to do it right. If I do it, I'm going to do it right. About teaching traditional set dances on this channel. The St. Patrick's Day, Blackbird, Job of Journey Work, King of the Fairies, Garden of Daisies, all those different traditional sets that everybody knows. You know, traditional sets, they've been the same for generations and years and years and years. And, you know, I want to, those, you know, I want to do them right. I want to do them really nicely, you know, well produced and all of that. And I figured, all right, we want to do traditional sets, you know, let's get to 30 patrons. If we can get to 30 patrons on the Patreon in our group, I will 100% start ramping those videos out. Because I do love traditional sets. I'm super picky about them. There's a lot of rules when it comes to traditional sets. It's not just dancing it, but dancing it right. There's little rules that you have to remember and keep in mind. So not only would I want to teach it right, I'd also want to ring in some of the masters of the dance that I know, talk to a bunch of different sources, and make sure that the trad sets are being taught and shown correctly, because I don't want to misstep or teach anything that's not traditional. So it would be a lot of it's a lot of work. So I'd want that. Oh, the music kind of stopped. It'd be a lot of work. So I want to do it right, and I figured let's make that a goal too. So 20 patrons, we do the big build your own stage video series. 30 patrons, we embark on the traditional sets, and we do it right. So yeah, just so you're all aware, you can visit my channel at let's put it up there, patreon.com/Tyler Schwartz. Yeah. So if you head over there, you can see where it is and be a patron producer of the channel. I also thank you guys at the in my regular videos. I have a little thank you page at the end of my videos now to thank you, because really this is awesome. I mean, I can't do this channel without you guys, and the support of the community here on the channel. And I want to keep rolling out goodies and ways for us to communicate and connect more, like this live stream and stuff like that. So I will keep adding as we go. Something I was made aware of, actually, not to go, still going way off topic, but I was made aware of Discord, and having a Discord on this channel. Would that be something you guys would be interested in? Let me know. All right. That's the basic. All right. Let's see. I'm going to batch this, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But Kay, how we doing, Kay? Where are we tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? I like that name for the, yeah, guys. We're trying to figure out a new name for the live stream. Transept Talking Time, Irish Wednesdance live stream. Yeah, my Real Rhythm promotional video is out. During the pandemic, I produced a production called Real Rhythm that combines Irish dance and tap dance, and we debuted it live stream and in person, and we took the recording and the videos from those debuts and made it into a nice little promotional reel, and so that's available on the website realrhythm.dance. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you love it. Okay, well, hopefully we'll be touring in Germany in no time. I think it has a chance, especially since it's two people. It's a duet. It's myself and my girlfriend, actually, Maddie Ray Russo, and it's just us two with the track and simple lights. I don't know. It's a pretty easy thing to put on the road pretty quickly. We figured, when we get back to theater and performance, it's got to start with shows like that, right? Before we do all the big timey shows. Leaning Post, how we doing? Leaning Post is a frequent community member here. He's been hanging out with us at most live streams. How we doing? Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Yeah, good seeing you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Real Talk with Tyler. I love it. I'm going to add that one to the list. Hold on, I need to be making a list. Then we'll have a little poll. All right. When's dance? All right, so we have the ones I like that I think are close. Our When's Dance live stream, Real Talk with Tyler. I think that's good. I don't know. Finnegan had some good ideas too. Yeah, we want to get a new name for the live stream because it's not creative, and I'm not creative with it. We need to be better. We're also doing Pick the Trick. We're playing Pick the Trick. So pick the trick, Irish dance trick or just dance move trick, and we're going to put together a treble reel combining those tricks. What do you guys think? What are we doing? Back trebles, drums. After we put together the step, I'm also going to teach it. So if you want to stick around for that as well, or if it's above your level, you can watch and see how something like that is put together, and then how something like that is taught. That can be equally as valuable, especially when you're first starting out with dancing. You gotta, it's always good to see the road ahead. little about my dancing experience. So competitively in Irish dancing, I competed in Irish dancing for around 17 years. In that time, I won every commission-based competition in the world, including the World Championships, All Ireland Championships, North American Nationals, All Scotland's, Great Britain's, all those big competitions. Yeah, I was part of a very small dance school. So around the age 13 and 14 ish, I started doing my own choreography for competition, which was daunting, but I had a lot of fun with that. I loved learning the process of, you know, being in the studio, trying out new things and whatnot. And so that kind of turned into a love, that turned into a passion, and now I do that on the regular. I do choreography for a bunch of different schools around the country, and yeah, it's been a blast. Um, from competition, I moved on to performance and professional dancing. I've been dance captain, principal lead dancer for 9 or 10 different productions. Toured around the world. I can tell you, Hans, Germany, one of my favorite places to tour. I love Germany. Um, and yeah, I've just enjoyed every facet of Irish dancing. I've been blown away by how many people all over the world like Irish dancing. You know, you figure it's only kind of an Irish thing, or like Ireland, and a lot of Irish people, immigrated to America in the 18th century, 19th century, and so that you think Irish dancing is only kind of in those areas, but there's such a love for it all over the world, and I get such a kick out of that. I think it's so cool, hearing that you guys are tuning in from places like Germany, Russia, and whatnot. So cool. Box step opening. I have to know what that means. What is a box step? Why don't I know this? Like feet together, like boop 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 boop, like with the feet. We're playing pick the trick, so I name the trick, request the trick, and we're gonna put together a treble reel using those tricks, and then I'll teach this step afterwards. I've seen something called heel toe happy feet in some treble reels. I don't know if the Irish dance crowd has a different name for it. That's one thing about Irish dancing, is that like there's a million different names for so many different, for like one trick can have a whole bunch of different names and ways to call it depending on the region that you're from. And so I wish there was a more standardized like rundown of tricks, but there isn't yet. It'd be great if there was. Anybody who wants to do that. So like I came from Chicago, so we I called drums rolls, like rolly rolly rolly, and a roll, like things like that. But everywhere else apparently called them drums. I've also heard batters and rallies, so everybody calls things differently. And I really learned that when I went on tour for the first time and toured with a bunch of dancers from all over. The choreographer would call things differently, the dancers would call things differently, and you kind of had to learn really quickly like what the translations for each trick were. It's like a big melting pot. So yeah. So heel toe happy feet. We can do something involving that. We can do something involving a box step. I like that. Hello. Oop, Maddie called. Gotta text Maddie. Gotta text your girlfriend whenever she calls or texts or whatnot. All right. I think that's a good place to start at least. Box step. So we got a box step opening and something heel toe happy feet. Let's give it a shot. All right. I need to reset this, but let's see what this looks like. Oh, that doesn't look too bad right now. Let's see. is a little. Let's move this up. I was working on something else. I was rearranging my lights and all of that. Alright, it should be there. Should be better. Alright. How's that? Alright. Alright. Han says scissors, Scott. I know what that is. Yeah. Here, let's throw this up there. There we go. Ta-da. I'm gonna do that. And we're going to put you up there. Cool. Alright. So we're gonna do some sort of box step kind of jumpy thing to start. I think it would be cool to do like a box step thing. My focus is a little off. There. How's that? Let me know if I'm like out of focus or something. Gotta be in focus, you know. All right. So I'm assuming what you mean by box step is like a 3 or something, like something like that. That's Rob who mentioned that. Box step opening. Yeah. Box step. Well, like that, or I have an idea for like if you did something like the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Something that like box step, scissors or something. Shakat. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. So 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. So right off of the scissors jump into a fast jump. I always like that, doing a 2-footed jump into like a prep right away. I think that's a really cool trick to do, to be able to do. Yeah. It just kind of keeps things moving. Okay. We already whipped out 2 tricks already. Okay, 2 tricks. So shout out any tricks we want to add into it. We've got our box step, I think. Oh, Han says I'm out of focus. Is it better? Am I in focus now? Let me know. I think I fixed it. Not sure. Yeah. Seven, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. I'm trying to think of like toe heel things. Happy feet. So toe, heel, something. Oh, I'm better now? Okay, cool. Glad that the focus is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors, jump. Let's keep this somewhat digestible, not too advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. Heel drag, or toe slides, toe drags. Enrico, everything perfect in terms of quality. If all quality is set on. Oh, yeah, okay. 144 is not good quality, so maybe that helps. Yeah. Also, this is the last week, hopefully, that my sound is this terrible. Yeah, we'll see. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. 1, 2, 3, 4, scissors down. Playing around with this. All right, so that first part though I really liked. One, two, three, four, scissors down. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. So we did a toe and heel, switch and heel, bang, and now this second part. So we put that in because we wanted to do like a toe and heel type of thing. We had a request for a toe and heel happy feet moment, so that's why we did that. So we have our box step into our Antischkat, into our toe and heel, switch and heel, bang. So triple stitch triple and back triple and bang bang. We're throwing that in there. That wasn't a request, but we're throwing that in because it's a really nice, like a piece of glue basically. It's kind of gluing together our opening combination with hypothetically what we're going to be doing in our last part, our last 2 bars. Treble reel is going to be broken up into 8 bars with 4 counts in each bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So we have all the way to 6, 2, 3, 4. All we have left is 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. And normally you start on the 4th bar of the 8th previously, and you finish on the 8, 2, 3, which might sound like absolute like no idea, but for example, for this dance, how we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, it would actually be on the 8, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, jump. So you'd be like 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, bump, 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 bump. You're doing that first movement on the 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. If that makes sense. So if we were to do this step a second time, which would be cool if we could finish on the left foot, because then we could then do the left foot version of it right away. Do the opposite foot, which is kind of cool. It's always fun to do. So, do we have any requests for the final part of the dance? Let's see. Treble. Oh my gosh, Rob just laid down like an entire step. One left to two, right to three. Oh my goodness. Put some twisty heels in there. Part where you stand on your toes. Yeah. Happy feet is more of a sideways twist move. Okay. Alright, so maybe we can play around with it. Okay. Keeping parallel feet. Right heel tap. Left heel tap. Together. Right toe tap. Do down. As a fast 8. Huh. You guys, this is going over my head. I might need to do some research on the box step. Yeah, that sounds really cool. All right. Let's see. Because I think what we have is pretty cool. So maybe we do box step next. I have to do some research on this box step. Really cool. I just assumed it was like a, out and around type of thing. Wow. Box steps I've heard of are keeping parallel feet, right heel tap, left heel tap. Are you referring to like, what would I call it? Like crab feet? Crab walk? Like this type of thing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those types of things? It's like box steps? Is that box step? Option 2. Where did the music go? Man. FEIS app is freaking out on me. Speaking of which, FEIS app celebrating its 2-year anniversary. They're awesome. Sean O'Brien just released a news. Let's play the news tune. Return of Milton Sub. There we go. Keep your feet parallel throughout, kind of do as I described throughout. Well, I have to do some research on this trick. This box step type of thing. So we're gonna pass on that this time around, but I'll do some research on the box step. But thank you for the request. I'm sorry. I want to do it properly. I want to figure that out. So I'll get back to you on that. Yeah. Crab walks equal happy feet. Yeah, I agree. So this box step explanation on a Gene Butler DVD. Box step. Okay. I'm gonna call up Gene Butler. Is that what you guys want me to do? Loose Ankle Tippy Toes by Joshua Dickey. Yeah. There you go. I like that. Okay, yeah. Send me a message. Yeah. I'd love to check it out. Loose ankle tippy toes. I think that's what we're going to use for our last part. So what we have already is 1, 2, 3, 4 scissors. Maybe we do. inchable in toe. There we go. Yeah, I think so you go inchable hop back. But that toe is kind of a nice little, an easier way to kind of transition out of that into like a jump. Because we want to start right back into the step. So we're repeat it on the left foot. Okay. Let's try the step. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Ah, we moved it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, missing that double back. Heck yes. Did I just attempt a left foot? I'm going to try a left foot. Hey, come on now. What is that video? Oh, that's hard. Okay, I know why my camera's being all weird right now.
I was taking photos. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. 1 second. Hi, everybody. Focus on me.
I was on photo mode, live streaming, so that's why. I was taking, a cool camera can, it's for photography as well. So I was taking photos, having a family party, taking the photos, and that's why I was not sure what was going on. Cool. All right, so now we can record. Let's get this to music. Forward to get it. And then jump on back. I did not make that easy. Oh well. Let me try. There we go. 5, 6, 7. Was ready. Try it again. 5, 6, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. Not easy. 5, 6, 7. What do you think about that step? Oh my goodness. Just taking a chance. Yeah. Maybe we teach a simplified version too. Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing, it's such a cool step. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to, anything. But we can certainly do a easier version. Yeah, we'll figure it out. How about I'll teach it, but then I'll also add some modifications as we go along. Cool. Woot! Yes, Joshua. This is hard enough for me, as is. Yeah, it's tricky. Oh, Joshua is Valerie. Okay, how are we doing, Valerie? Sorry about that. Valerie's a great supporter. I think a patron of the show, of the channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everybody who's either a member of the channel, a patron of the channel, or both. It's awesome. Woo. I want to try this step and get it really solid. Like one go of it. Yeah. Here we go. The video. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yes. That makes up for messing up all the other ones beforehand. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna fall over after that one. And I got it on video. Counts. Hope I got it. Alright. Should probably have water, as Keen said. I know. Alright. Continue with the comments and whatnot. I will check in when I can. We're going to do a recording now. So we got that on video. We're going to do a recording now of the instructional for that. And we'll have this available on the channel as well. Eventually. Whew. Yeah. Okay. So this step is not easy, but I will try to add modifications where necessary, where possible. But it's a fun step that you can have fun with. As you're training for your next fast or whatnot, you can play around with this dance. We had fun putting this together during my live streams. I have it on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Time. With that, let's go through this step. Okay. So it starts off with what I thought was the box step, but clearly box step means something else. I got requested to do a box step, so I figured I thought that was a box step. So you start with that. So on 8, 2, 3, 4. So 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, boom. You go right into that. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, boom. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, boom, boom. And then you repeat it. Boom, boom. So 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, boom, 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 boom. Now you're prepping and you're anticipating a big old scissors, or what we would call an entrechocat. That was another requested trick. We were playing Pick the Trick. And we made a list of tricks that I had to put into one step. So box step into entrechocat or scissors. So going into your bum bum, you're prepping and getting ready to do a big entrechocat. This is about as high as I can jump right now because I will hit my head otherwise. So 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Bum 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 ba da da. Bum, 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 bum. So basically the same time it takes to do, you're also doing scissors. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is the trickiest part, I think, of the entire dance. So we're coming off 2 feet into a treble left back. So our regular treble left back is with a prepped front foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's not like you don't want to separate it at all. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Da-da-da-dum. And it starts with the brush out, back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of sounds like the Addams Family. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. You want to do it even faster. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. You want it to sound like that. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. So after the scissors, into Addams Family. Scissors down. Okay, so practice it at first without doing the scissors. I'd say modification time already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do a straight jump, because rhythm comes first. I gotta hear you before I see you. It's like the Voice TV show. I gotta hear your rhythms first, and then anything visual comes secondary. So once you have the rhythms and the timing and all that stuff, then you can make things flashy and more visually wow, you know? So rhythm comes first. So just a straight jump for now. But as soon as you land, try to put your weight more onto the back foot. And so you can pick up your front foot. As soon as you do 2 feet to 2 feet, so I'm jumping off 2 feet and I'm landing on 2 feet, I'm going to immediately put all the weight off of my front foot and pick it up. Like that. Okay? We want it too high because we want it to just go up for a prep, and then we do what we do, our Adams family. Okay? So jump. That makes sense. Yeah? Straight jump. Alright. So 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Adam's family. That's the new name of the trick, by the way. So we do our fast treble, our Adams family, into a regular slow treble hop back. That's the combination on a loop if you're just doing that over and over again. So they sound differently. One's a held fast treble, and then the other's just a regular slow treble hop back. Okay. So just add in that slow treble. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Scissors down. Okay. Now we're going to go into a treble and toe and heel, and toe and heel, and you want it just off the edge of the heel, so that it's almost like a tip and heel, like you're brushing forward. Yeah, like brush through. It's kind of like the top of your toe into your. And you can do it like flashy performance style, and get your hips into it, or you can get it to be very proper and keep it nice and turned out. Whatever your style is, we want to float your boat, you know. Yeah, either way. So again, it's from the back foot over. So you're gonna back treble and push it forward. So that back foot that goes down comes forward. Back treble and da-da-da. You're dropping your heel, so you're not going to do hop treble and tip hop heel. You're going to be, the heel drop takes the place of the hop that you would be doing. Okay, same sound. So instead of going tip hop heel, you're going to go, or you're going to go. So that makes the same sound. The same thing, 1, 2, 3. You're making 3 sounds. Tip, heel, heel. And 2, heel, heel. You can do that on a loop too if you want. Really practice it over and over and over again. And if it's a brand new trick, I've done that trick thousands and thousands and thousands of times, so it comes very naturally to me. If you have not, and you've done it maybe once or twice, you got to put in the practice, put in the repetition, so that that muscle memory makes its way to your feet, and then there's less thought, and it's just instinctively in your foot, in the blueprints, you know. So make sure you get the practice, and if it doesn't happen naturally right away, good. I mean, it never does. Okay, you have to put in the practice. You got to learn it, just like I have to learn the actual box step. Apparently, this isn't the box step. I gotta practice. I gotta learn it. I'll have it ready. After this, we're going to pop that heel up and switch to the other heel. And do a switch bang. So, heel and heel, bang. Now, in between that exchange, it's very easy to collide the heels, the fiberglass heels. So, I would sure love a little heel click there. Okay? And treble and pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa-pa, click and heel, bang. Okay, yeah. So, treble into heel. There we go. Again, if you want your heel clicks, turn out. Well, I guess this one's a little different because we're not pointing our toes, but the turnout and crossover is super important. Okay, so if you don't have the turnout or the crossover on both feet, you're going to miss your clicks. All right. So combining all that through, we're going to stumble through it. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Scissors down. There we go. One more time. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Scissors down. Now this next part, again, a bit of a bridge. This was not requested. I figured let's put some nice rhythm in there, nice bridge that would get us to the last part of the dance. So we have on our right foot, we do a fast treble into a slow treble on the left. Treble, switch treble, hop back. Treble, switch, bang. We're going to switch into our bang. Now, in the video, I have us doing bang, click, and toe. You can also do just bang, bang. So you can do treble, switch, treble, hop back, treble, switch, bang, bang. Fill the same gap, same part of time. Same signature, really. One just has a little bit more extra little rhythms going on. One has a click in it. Yeah. So either one. So again, this. So the bang. So we're going bang and toe. So you're going to go bang, and then you're going to go through your heel. Okay. Or treble, switch, treble, hop back, treble, then bang, bang. 2 bangs, one on the left, into one on the right. One's a stamp, one's a full bang. Full banging all your weight on there. A stamp, kind of like you're pressing here, pressing off the floor, and then you're going to push off of that into your other bang. Okay, so just that on its own. 2, 3, and. Cool. One more time. 2, 3, and. Now this next part. Okay, so tippy trebles. Okay. Again, if this isn't natural to you yet, you can't loosen that ankle, that upper hip area yet. Again, just get the rhythm. Rhythm and consistency and the timing comes first, and visuals. Anything visual comes secondary. So make sure you have the rhythms nicely. I don't want you missing trebles because you're trying to, make all this stuff happen. Okay. If you can't make it happen, you're not ready for it yet. You need to keep practicing and keep getting that muscle memory and that control on your back leg. So you can do this wherever you need to do or however you want to do it. Because we're doing a fast treble into a slow treble. Okay? So you're doing a regular fast gallopy treble. Okay? But we're getting the whip in there. Okay? So 1 into a slow treble. Ba-da-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-da-bum-bum. Okay, so instead of going like, we're going. Okay, so we're planting our foot for the first fast treble, and then we're just doing a regular slow treble right after it. Okay. Okay. Even slower would be like this. Okay. We're doing that twice. Okay, so I practice this on the right foot a whole bunch, and then try to practice it on the left foot a whole bunch. I can even feel my balance is not as good on my right foot as it is on my left foot. This I'm very controlled. My right foot is not as controlled, not as strong, for sure. This is actually good practice. Good practice for me. Yeah. Okay. We ultimately want to be able to do one on one foot, one on the other. Okay. Practice doing that. I'd say go further than that. In the step, we only do 1 on one, 1 on the other, but just practicing that on a loop. You can hear the first one's got a whip, the second one's a little bit slower. So, and that was a request from somebody. So you can thank. I think it was Valerie. Thank Valerie for putting in the shaky tippy trebles. I was like, what should we finish with? Something cool to finish it. You know, if we're doing this bridge into another peak, another cool trick that's visual and soundsy, you know. And yeah, that was the request. So tippy trebles, we're doing that, but we're doing it on both feet. Yeah. So to finish it, we're going to do one on the right, one on the left, and we're going to switch back to the right foot, and we're just going to do a slow treble hop toe. To practice that, on our left foot, when we go switch treble hop toe. Okay? And then practice the transition of that. Switch treble and toe. Out, in, bump, bump. Because we go right into the left foot version. Alright. So here's the full thing together. 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3. Bump, 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 bump. Scissors down. It looks fun. It looks really difficult though. But it's fun. Practice little bits and pieces of that. It's a really cool trick, really cool step with you guys' recommendations. Very cool stuff. So yeah. I guess I should do some, we're recording the video right now, so if you enjoy content like this and want to see more of it, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that these videos go out to more people who might be interested in Irish dancing. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/Tyler Schwartz to become a patron of the channel, and I would really appreciate that. That'd be really great. Help support channels like this, or dancing like this, allowing me to use more of my time on content like this. Yeah, you can also become a member of the channel right down below. You get cool emojis and stuff like that. But yeah, fun times. Enjoy the step. Have fun with it. It goes to any kind of treble reel. It gets more difficult the faster tempo reel you pick. It gets easier the slower, to a degree. If you pick a really, really, really slow treble reel, that might actually also be tricky. So maybe don't do that. But yeah, enjoy the dance. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Cool. So we recorded that. That'll be on the channel at some point. Yeah. All right. I'm going to catch up on comments. We'll put the music back on and have some tea. I'm sweaty. Wow. Whoa. Too loud. Woo. All right. You can probably hear that really loud. This microphone's right here. Okay. Oh my gosh. What is happening, guys? All right. All right. I'm catching up right now, guys. Sorry. Okay. Loose ankle tippy toes. See? Proof. Somebody, I think it was Valerie that requested tippy trebles, so you can thank Valerie for that. Send you a video of it. Okay, yeah. Send me videos of things that we'll Tuesday tricks. No, not Tuesday tricks. We'll pick the trick. We'll do this again. This was fun. And send me videos of things that you'd like added to an Irish dance step. I will try to learn it, and I will try to put it into an Irish dance step. It's probably a bit tough for us, to be honest. Yep, that's a tricky step. So give it a shot. I know I have a few of you that are higher skill level. I have been doing a lot more beginner introductory videos, and I've been getting requests to bring back some like tricky, challenging stuff too. So, you know, you want to kind of do everything. At least I want to do everything. So, on top of the introductory, intermediate stuff, we're also going to do some advanced stuff, and that for partial. I wanted that to be a little bit more on the easy side, but then it kind of just, the creative side of you kind of comes out, and you go, well, let's do this, let's do that, tricks. Yeah, so we put modifications in there, make it a little easier. There's some really cool parts of that would really benefit your Irish stance understanding, like coming off 2 feet into a fast treble, the Addams Family treble. Yeah. Thank you, Hans. I think it's cool too. Only one group of people to blame. You bet. Welcome, thanks for teaching. Yep. Thank you. Oh, cool. I'm glad you guys like the step. Cool. We can do this a little bit more often, have fun with this stuff. I love choreographing. I love putting together dance tricks, putting together tricks in a cohesive way. I don't like just putting trick, because then it's almost like putting too much meat into a burger. You gotta surround that burger with the right condiments and stuff, and so that's why I like the dancing part in the 4th, 5th, and 6th bar of that dance were it's a bit more of a bridge. It wasn't really a trick, it was just good rhythm. It's a nice little, kind of gels the whole thing together. Yeah. There we go. You can blame, if you get a noise complaint, just blame me. Maddie, how we doing? Oh my goodness. Maddie and I do a show together, Real Rhythm. We just put out the promo reel. I'll have that up on the channel at some point. But I'm really excited about that. Tap dance and Irish dancing, very similar, very different. And the show kind of explores that further. She knows a lot about tap dance. I know way too much about Irish dance. So, along with the dancing and the combination of the 2 dance forms, we explain everything as well. We talk through it. So, you learn something too. It's like a TED Talk and a dance show in one. So many thank yous. Thank you. Oh, that's great. You guys are welcome. Hi, Maddie. Yeah, and Maddie. Maddie, you're famous. All right. Oh, Anna, thank you. It's great. It's very far away from the. Oh, yeah. Well, you were explaining that you're brand new to Irish dancing, so that's understandable. I have a lot of videos that have come out in recent times, some of the recent videos on treble basics. You want to learn how to do faster trebles, I have a video on that. Slower trebles, I have a beginner jig, the soft shoe, so light shoe dancing. We just put out a beginner jig. I have a whole series of treble reels, beginner treble reels, that I released right around St. Patrick's Day. Did pretty well. So you have plenty of options there. Like I was saying, I have a few people on the channel that are at a more advanced level. I've been doing a lot more beginner, introductory, friendly videos. So this will be a nice little video for the advanced dancers. And again, sometimes it's fun to see how something's made, even the more tricky stuff, and see how those are made and then how they're done. It's almost like seeing the road out in front of you. If you're on a journey, you're setting your GPS. It's always good to know where you're going and how you get there. It's these advanced steps are purely beginner and intermediate technique and fundamentals that are just packed much closely together. There's less time to breathe in between each part. We're not doing like a trick, then wait a second, then another trick. It's a bunch of tricks just in a row, and the connective tissue is a lot more fine, if that makes sense. So it's something that you definitely grasp. The more you dance, it becomes a lot more natural, and trust me on that. I've worked with lots of people, and it's always this case where we're purely, you want the quality work, quality practice, but the quantity is so important. You got to put in your reps, you got to put in your time. And in a world of social media and instant gratification, it's getting harder and harder to do, to focus in and put in the work. It's necessary. There are no shortcuts for Irish dance. Zero. I'm sorry. I wish I could teach shortcuts, because that would be fun. That'd be great. I'd get so many more views that way. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. from day one, moving forward, all the time. I'm always going to be honest. There's no shortcuts in Irish dance. Even the people with natural turnout and some natural gifts, there's going to be things you're going to have to work on. For me, I had natural turnout, but I did not have natural timing. I did not have natural flexibility. I did not have natural understanding of rhythm. Whoa. I had really good energy for like light shoe dancing, which did me well early on, but then I hit a major wall when it came to rhythm, timing, and tempo, and all of that. So there's so many facets to Irish dancing. There's always something to work on. So there you go. Very long answer to not even a question, but I hope that made sense in some way, Anna. And thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for being a part of the community. Joshua, so this is Valerie's son's account. So this is Valerie. I think Valerie joined the channel, joined the community last week. So this is Valerie. Valerie says, I'm brand new as well. Sorry if I asked for something too complicated. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. Thanks for your intro classes. Yeah, I'll continue doing intro classes as well. This was definitely a lot more advanced than I was expecting, but it was fun. We'll maybe next time we pick the trick. Guys, this is pick the trick. You guys get to pick the tricks. So if you pick tricky tricks, step's probably going to be a little bit on the difficult side, right? So maybe next time we pick the trick, we pick simpler tricks. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just saying it's part of it. It's a cool step. I might borrow that for a show or two. You know, I do a lot of shows where like I have to improv and kind of bust out random steps, and that might be a step I throw in. Yeah. All right. So that was a lot of fun. Again, Irish Dance live stream. I want a new name for this live stream. If we're going to continue doing this, again, thank you to all my patrons over at Patreon. This is a goal. When we got to 10 patrons on the Patreon, here I'll put it up right here. .com/ You guys can go check it out. If we got to 10 patrons, I was going to continue doing this as a like a Wednesday live stream. So every Wednesday at 3 Central, I'd do a little dance, do a little chat, meet and greet, Q&A. So this is yeah. If you have any questions on Irish dancing or anything, let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Yeah. Did a lot of dancing right there. Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, we have, I think, we have 11 patrons on the Patreon. Thank you so much to all of you who have taken your support of the channel to the next level. If we get to 20 patrons, I've set up little goals moving forward. If we get 20 patrons, we're going to be doing the do-it-yourself dance floor construction video series where I go out and I'm going to try and put together a detailed series of videos on how to create your own dance floor using minimal funding, like budget mode. What's the cheapest way to do it? We've got some really cool really great collection of ideas from the community. Quick shout out to Rob, who had the great idea of pool noodles. If you cut up pool noodles like salami, like 1-inch salamis, and then you put that on a grid under like a panel of wood, maybe using like some sort of wood glue of some sort of adhesive, you could probably put together a nice dance floor using that system, because then you're separating the wood from the floor, and then you have that give. So when you like bang and jump around on the stage, it stays together. Yeah. So that type of video series takes a lot of time. Not that we're doing a budget-friendly version of the dance floor, but it it costs a certain amount of money. So if you'd like to help fund that video series, so I think it's gonna be multiple videos. Again, join the Patreon. Become a patron producer of the channel for just $3 a month. It's really nice, and I appreciate that. And thank you for allowing me to do this more often. This type of content. Oh, see you leading post. Thank you. Thanks for joining me in again. Yeah. So anybody have any other questions about Irish dancing, competitive dance, performance dance, introductory questions? Sounds like we've got a few beginners tuning in right now, a few new Irish dancers. Any questions on Irish dancing? Any types of tricks giving you trouble? Be happy to help you. We're gonna stay on here for a little bit. I usually try to stay here until my tea runs out, and I'm pretty low. So this is my Busch Gardens mug. I used to perform at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Virginia. It's almost like an Epcot type of theme park. So they have like a Germany, and England, Italy, and they have an Ireland. And at Ireland they have a big theater there, like an 850-seater theater, and they do a big Irish dance show there. I've been a part of that for 5 years, from like 2015 to 2019. And it's been closed last summer and this summer due to it happens during the summer season, and it's been closed the last two. Unfortunate, but hopefully theaters and performance and dancing and all of that is coming back very soon. I love this track. Shout out to FEIS App. They're awesome. That's the music you're hearing here. If you want any cool Irish dance music, just at your fingertips, the Apple Music of Irish dance music, it's FEIS App. That's what we're using to play music right now. Very cool. Okay. So, here's a question. Can you be too old to start? Physically fit but find coordination hard. Why are there no older Irish dancers? So, let's leave that up there. Can you be too old to start? Oh, where was it? Who was doing something? Hang on. I know somebody who was doing adult dance classes. Where are they? Her name was Noel. All right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. You guys, I'm hooking you guys up. All right. Here's someone I would highly recommend. Let me see if I can put the. Okay. Do we all have Instagram? If not, get an Instagram. This is. Can I show my phone? How do I? No, I don't think I can. Oh, nope. Oh, that's the bad camera. Nope. We're gonna hop out of that. Yikes. So, you are gone. Okay. I'm trying to show my phone. This guy here, or girl, sorry, not guy, girl. Okay. XNE. Oh wow. Focus. Focus, camera, focus. Come on. XNE Dancer X. Name's Nawal. Let's put this up on the chat. X, so at XNE the answer X. Okay. Okay, look up that that Instagram tag username. I don't know. Name's Nawal. She's an awesome dancer, first of all. And check this out. I don't know if you can read that. Come on. Zoom, focus. Oh, it almost did. Irish Dance Advanced Adult Class, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Adult Irish Dance Class. Oh, come on. Come on. Dance online tonight at 7 p.m. So she's got a phone number, open to adults worldwide. She's previously been in like Prodigy, Lord of the Dance. I think she was a lead in Lord of the Dance. Open to adults worldwide. So it's a dance class. It's on Tuesdays. She's from Ireland, so 7 p.m. Irish time would be like 1 o'clock here. Give that a shot. Okay, so that's a great resource there. There's adult classes, there's adult instruction. It's still a new concept. That sounds weird, right? Irish dancing has traditionally been for the younger dancers, the younger age. And it's pretty intense, at least the competitive level of Irish dancing is pretty intensive that like I feel like my joints, even at this age, like would like not last like a training series, but that's like too intense. So like that's not what you would be doing. But yeah, it's slowly becoming more of a thing, and you kind of have to just look a little bit more. I saw that ad there. I saw Noel was teaching adult classes, so I figured I'd pass that on. I know a friend of mine, Elise Transon, is also teaching adult classes from the Milwaukee Company of Irish Dance. That's another resource. Someone who teaches adult lessons. You got to just look for it a little bit harder, and there may not be something in person, but there's definitely virtual options out there. I teach one-on-ones, just side note, side plug. I do teach one-on-ones, so if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me directly. But that's not like a dance class, it's like a private lesson, so it's not the same. Dance classes are fun, like that's a different idea completely, and I don't really do that. But you just gotta have to look for it a little bit more. Yeah. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for joining. Yeah, welcome. We're talking about adult Irish dancing and what, is it possible? Can you be too old to start? No, you definitely can't. Now, I will say, if you're not really a dancer and out of nowhere later on in life, if you're like, I'm going to be a dancer now, your body isn't used to it. It's spent more time not dancing than it has dancing. So it's kind of I see it very similarly to learning a second language. Like if you grow up like in a household where there's English and Spanish, for example, like nonstop, if you learn a second language early on in life, it's a lot easier to pick up because you've spent more, like you're effectively spending more time with that language than without it. And as you get older, it's harder to make that connection, that mind muscle connection, or with language, like making that connection that the two different like languages in your own mind. I've heard it's kind of similar in that way. I think dancing takes a little bit longer. So for me, if I learned a new trick, it might take 2 or 3 attempts to kind of figure it out. Okay, I got it. A brand new dancer or rusty dancer is, it's going to take couple hours to figure something out, and so it's not impossible. It's just going to take longer amounts of time, and you have to be persistent, patient, and persevere through all of that. Gradually over time, it will get a lot easier, but it takes time. And so if you're jumping into this a lot later on, like if you're jumping into it in your 30s or jumping into it in your 40s or 50s, I work with two individuals on a one-on-one basis who are in their 60s, and they're picking it up just fine. One was a previous tap dancer, another Irish dance when she was like in her like youth, like almost 50 years ago. So it's in her feet, but not really. And yeah, things take a lot longer. You got to move a little bit slower. You got to be safer with it all. When you're younger, you can kind of throw on the shoes and jump on stage and run around and do the big jumps. The older you get, the more you have to do a proper warm up, into a proper dynamic stretch, into and then make sure your technique is on point from the beginning to end of your dancing. Because if your technique isn't there, in one instant you could really risk an injury of some sort. And then after dancing, doing the nice static stretches before you hop in the car, call at the end of the day. So you got to dance smarter too. So it's that's the long answer to a very short answer. Yes, it's very possible, but things take time. Things take, and the older you are, the longer time it might take. Okay, it depends on the person, depends on your background. Another individual I work with on a one-on-one basis was a former drummer. His name's Greg. He's a supporter of the channel. I'm not sure if he's online right now watching or not. But he's a percussive. He's a drummer. He understands rhythm. And he saw Irish dance. He's like, I want to learn that. I think he's in his like 30s or 40s, and the feet, it's taking some time, but rhythmically he has that. So everybody has their strengths, and everybody has their weaknesses and points of areas of improvement. So just take some time. Yeah. Why are there no older dancers? Because again, it's not been it's still a new concept, really. Irish dancing has always been like a younger sport, and people have extra time here and there, and especially during this pandemic, the damn panic. There's been a lot more extra free time, and people want to learn new skills. I learned a lot about live streaming, virtual stuff, camera stuff. I learned all about videography during the damn panic, and tried to make use of that time where I was down and I couldn't tour, I couldn't travel, I couldn't do anything. I was like, all right, I'll learn something. So people wanted to learn Irish dancing. I think it's been a real boom for Irish dance because of that. It's been tough in the studio. We've lost a lot of dancers, the younger dancers. Lost interest because you can't dance with your friends anymore. But there's some benefit. There's a lot of people are picking up Irish dancing now. The older generation. And that's fantastic. So hopefully it continues in the right direction. Maybe one day in the future I'll teach an adult class. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Maybe we can set that as a Patreon goal. Maybe that's the next one. So if we can get to 20 patrons, I'm doing a DIY video of how to build your own dance floor. If we get to 30, I'm teaching trad sets. You guys have wanted to learn trad sets for a while, and I want to do it the right way, which requires a lot of research, a lot of time on my hands, a lot of time to dedicate to it, to doing it right. So that's at 30 patrons, we're doing trad sets. Maybe 40, we do if we have 40 patrons tuning in, I see no reason why not to do a adult dance class on a weekly basis. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. We can certainly make that happen. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Catching up. Cool, thanks. Yeah. For a Kaylee dance group. Oh, yeah. Guys, my grandma's part of a Kaylee dance group. Obviously, they haven't been doing it this year and last, but in Chicago, there's Kaylee dance groups where you meet up on Friday evenings and do all the Kaylee dances. It's like a social thing, it's great. Cool. Maddie texted me. What info do you need? Sorry, guys. When Maddie texts, I gotta answer. What info do you need? Gotta answer it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Kaylee dancing, really good thing. Adam, how we doing, buddy? All right, welcome to the channel. Is there a proper way to tape your ankles to prevent injuries? You betcha. It's very much like sports, like all types of sports. I am not an expert on taping properly. That is one thing I um, that is one thing that I am not very um, knowledgeable of because I haven't had ankle issues or things like that, knee issues, ankle issues. Um, but you want to tape it similarly to like an athletic way. Like if you want to reduce the amount of range of motion of your ankle, you want to tape it to a degree where it has less range of motion, but can still be effective. Um, Guys, I have to call Maddie. I will be right back. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Had to call her really quick. Um, Again, usual me throwing teasers your way. There's a lot to be excited for in the future. Um, I'm joining a dance company. Dance company reached out to me. Um, Really cool one, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And that's happening. I also might be changing my location. So two things over the horizon that I'm excited to announce eventually. So calls going left and right about that. Also exciting things going on with Real Rhythm. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Again, okay, so taping. So I've gotten a lot of great. So preventing injuries, that's the best thing. So taping, if you know that you have an ankle issue, if you know that you can roll your ankles very easily, um, again, uh, learn how to tape your ankle, your knee, whatever it is, properly. Get the practice of it to do it right, and then keep doing that. It's always it's always better to be preventative than to get injured and then have to like deal with it. So like it's very similar to like blisters. So like I use Yucca tape to prevent blisters when I'm breaking in a new pair of shoes. It's a lot more effective at preventing the blister than when the blister's already there. Then it's kind of like, well, it's done with. So you want to tape and you want to do all that before the injury takes place. If you have weak ankles, do exercises to strengthen them, but then also, you know, do everything you can to prevent the injury in the first place. I know a lot of professional dancers that before every show, they they mummify their ankles before every show. And it's a lot of work, but you know what? It's a lot better than sitting out 2 to 3 weeks from a random ankle injury. And those things happen um, from like the smallest little moments. But we saw, at Real Rhythm, um, Maddie came down on her ankle on the like simplest part. It was just to jump up in the air and jump down. It was like the easiest trick, and she rolled her ankle on that, and it was a dramatic ordeal for like 3 or 4 weeks because it needed to be ready to go for like our in-person debut. So it was crazy. So you want to always tape in advance. Yeah. Valerie, how are we doing? Thank you, Adam, for that question. That was a great question. Thanks so much. I'm in a use it or lose it mind frame and have read great things online about simple Irish dancing, keeping practice. Oh, wow. Yeah. I can tell you some of my crazier tricks, my bigger jumps and whatnot. I keep doing in the same kind of mindset. You know, if I stop doing that type of trick, maybe my body would slow down and not want to do it anymore. So if I keep doing it, maybe it'll just kind of carry over. So yeah, a lot of my tricks I'm like use it or lose it. So keep doing it. Keep dancing. Yeah, dance. I mean, I think Irish dance and other forms of dancing really tickle the right parts of your brain and stuff. It's great. It's a great thing. Your thoughts on practice, please. A little bit often or more intense, but less often, I think is best. Um, at a beginner level, okay. So you're asking practice like intense, but like not as often, or less intense and more often. I would say less intense and more often for a few reasons. Um, I want, especially at more of an introductory intermediate level, you want to just make dance more a part of your normal life. So you want to be doing it frequently. So even if it's only like a 15-minute, 30-minute practice once a day, or like 4 or 5 times a week, that's better than doing one really intense practice every week. Um, Also, we were just talking about injuries. If you're doing that intense dancing, and you're only doing that like once every blue moon, um, you're you're really opening yourself up to injury because your legs aren't used to it. If you're doing 15, 20 minutes of like, practicing your steps and practicing some of your movements in a light way, your body gets more naturally used to that stuff. If you're only doing it intense once every long stretch of time, your body is going to freak out and maybe fight back. So I would definitely say more often and less intense. Um, and yeah, and when you're practicing it, it's not like when you go to the gym and you're like, and I'll do 3 reps of this and 2 sets of that and then call it a day. um, I would be very present with your practicing and be fully engaged in the dances, the tricks you're doing. I would have a mirror set up so you can watch for your feet and be working on your turnout and your technique. Be very present with that dancing. Okay, so make a lot of use out of that 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be intense, but you want to look for all that stuff, not just like doing the dance and not thinking anything of it. Be very present and try to focus in on certain aspects, certain parts of your technique while you're doing it. Yeah, great question. Jordan, what do you think is the best way to work on technique? Whew, big question. Dance technique? Well, I can recommend 2 things right off the bat. Turnout stickers. And then also a vertical mirror. You can get that at Walmart, Target, or any kind of like convenience store for like nothing, like $3 or something. Vertical mirror so you can check your feet, and turnout stickers so you can see your feet a little bit better. It makes it a whole lot easier to look for your technique. I assume technique you mean like turnout. When you turned out, it's a whole lot easier to do your trebles. It's a whole lot easier to do your heel clicks. It's a whole lot better, to do everything in dancing. Um, but then, best way to work on technique is to simplify. In Irish dancing, where there's always like 9 or 10 different things to focus on at one time, any given time. And when you're doing a step, that's just you're multiplying that as well. So we do drills and exercises. They're not as fun. Some people will call them boring, but it allows you to focus on one thing. So if you're doing like walks up the floor, and I do some beginner exercise. There's a video I just did on my favorite beginner exercises. They're simple because that's what they're made to do. They're simple so that you can focus on like one thing, either be a turnout or heel height. You want to pull your heels off the floor. Posture. So you do the full exercise and you focus on your posture. Great. Now you're going to do an exercise. You do the same thing again, but now I'm going to focus on my turnout and look for my turnout. Cool. Then I'm going to do heel height. I'm going to pull up onto my toes. Cool. Now I'm going to repeat. I'm going to do turnout, posture, toes, posture, turnout, toes. And over time, it becomes it lays the groundwork, the blueprints for that to become more natural. So when you do more intricate stuff, that kind of seeps into the more intricate stuff. That helps. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. People always want to jump to the tricky, difficult stuff. I know one of our channel members, his name's Rob. He wants to learn one of the dances from Lord of the Dance. That's an awesome goal to have, but that's a tricky group of steps, and so along with that, you got to practice the technique and the simpler stuff, or else the advanced stuff will not look great, or it won't happen. So keep it simple. Going always first. Yep. Oh, thanks, Valerie. Thank you. Thanks. You're good. What about stamina? Guys, I don't know if you know about this, but when I did the world record thing for heel clicks in 30 seconds, I actually did that in Denver, where the elevation is like above a mile or something, and I definitely felt it. I could not walk the next day. Yeah, elevation counts. My three favorite. Okay, here's my three favorite stamina pushers. Ready for this? Oh, the first, number one, doing your dance. Doing your dance a lot. Build stamina by dancing. That's the best way, 100%. For days where you want less of an impact, but you still want to work your stamina, get your cardio going, get that heart rate, get comfortable in that heart rate, that zone. Walking on an incline, so a treadmill, crank the incline of that treadmill to max, even if it means it's like not a very fast walk or this or that. An incline walk, and don't use your hands to like hold onto the railings, like literally like walk up, like don't use this, because then you're effectively like changing your direction. Basically walk up a hill for like 20 minutes or however long you can push yourself. You don't want to kill yourself, don't want to don't overdo it. Stamina is always a tricky one, because you effectively need to push yourself to the place where like you feel like you're too exhausted, and then you're into that zone where anything you do beyond that is building that stamina for the next time you go out there. So build stamina through dancing. But if you need a less impact day, because you can't push stamina every single day in dancing, incline walking on the treadmill, or jump roping. That's my third one. So, like quick jump ropes, not like jump rope. I want like jump rope, like quick hops, because that's effectively what we do in Irish dancing. We are constantly using our calves to jump quickly off of our feet. So jump roping is very similar to what we do in Irish dancing, and it also helps the arms. So super beneficial there. Maddie just texted again. One sec, guys. What else? Jump rope. Yeah, jump rope. Pick your favorite song, play your favorite song, and jump rope to that. It's like a 3-minute burst. Take a quick minute break, and then try it again. Jump rope's great. Doing 2 feet, jumping off 2 feet, and then doing a segment of it with just 1 foot and a segment with the other foot. Because a lot of Irish dancing is off 1 foot too. So it's a really great way to practice and build stamina. Do you have particular tricks to get faster feet? Well, I can tell you again. This feels kind of like are there magic words? Is there a secret to getting faster feet? What's the shortcut? Is there a shortcut? No. So as you get stronger with your rhythms, as you get stronger with your basic trebles, that builds. And so a lot of the more tricky steps you see you're watching like the Gardner Brothers or like David Gainey dancing like on TikTok and those types of things. You're like, how are their feet moving that fast? Or the dancing I just did there. It's beginner to intermediate rhythms that are just so tightly packed together with no breaks in between. It really is just that, and done at a very efficient, fast, like an efficient level. If that makes sense. So like when we're learning a drum, it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's consistent rhythm, and as you get more controlled and grounded in it and a better blueprint foundation of it, it gets faster. You can naturally take it faster and keep that rhythm steady. If that makes sense. You know, I really believe in that. I don't think it's based on like strength or anything like that. I think it really is more of a skill than like a raw strength thing, like your speed. I'm sure raw strength helps with your speed, I guess, a little bit. But I think it's more of a skill thing. I don't see myself as like if I did like a sprint, on a track, I'd be faster than most, I'd say, but I'm not like the fastest person. Now, I will say I'm one of the best at heel clicks, so, and that's a skill that I've learned, and I've done millions of heel clicks. I've practiced it since I was a tiny little, boy, doing heel clicks. So I'm really good at that skill, and because of that, I can do it really efficiently, effectively, and that's why I was able to do 200 some heel clicks in 30 seconds. I wouldn't say I'm the strongest person, but skill wise, I've got that on my booked. So I'd say it's a skill thing more than a strength thing. Yeah. So there's no shortcuts. Sorry. I wish I could give shortcuts and secrets and hacks. I would get so many more views and likes, but there isn't. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's no shortcuts in Irish dance. After 2 weeks of daily dancing, should still snug toe boxes be tool stretched? All right, Valerie, what are you asking? Okay, after 2 weeks of daily dancing, now this is in a pair of hard shoes or heavy shoes, should still snug toe boxes, so that's like the front of your toe, that little section, be tool stretched, or should I just patiently? So I never advocate for breaking in shoes any other way other than putting your actual feet in them, because then they stretch and mold to your foot the proper way. Sometimes when we use tools or we bake our shoes or drench them in boiling water or this and that, you can really warp them in crazy ways. Yeah, heavy shoes. Okay, cool. Yeah, wear them. Wear them a lot. I can tell you. Here, I think I'm done dancing for this live stream, but we can still chat. I'll take off my one shoe. I'll show you. Yeah, like you wear a shoe long enough, and it can go wherever you want it to go. But again, you got to be patient. You got to put in the work. You gotta, yeah, um, yeah. And then when you're, watching TV, you're just kind of, just doing a little bit of this, a little bit of just simple stuff like that. Like that, I can say, advocating, when you're watching your TV or you're watching your live streams, you can take your hard shoes and kind of give it a little bit of a stretch in either direction. I've done that a little bit, just a little bit of nothing too crazy. I wouldn't use an actual tool or anything. I'd be so worried. This shoe has been staying. Clearly, I pound my left shoe. My left shoe is like falling apart. My right shoe is finally, there's this big old puncture hole right there that's starting to grow. Kind of sad about that. That's okay. Eventually your shoe breaks in. So I recorded a video so long ago about the secret to breaking in shoes. It was kind of clickbait, but the secret is there's no secret. You just keep wearing the shoes. You keep dancing. I think I saw a video, 2 front fast trebles, a twist, and then 2 more fast front trebles, all on the same foot. Look cool, but I can't do it at all. My eye's wrong. I mean, okay, so you're talking about 2 fast trebles. So if you can do 1 fast treble, can you do 1 fast treble really fast? So it's like a gallopy treble, I'm assuming, like ba-da-dum, like ba-da-dum, 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 like that type of rhythm. Can you do 1 of those? Cool. Can you do 2 of those? You know, you build that from there. You always want to apply mental training wheels when possible. Training wheels and like make it simpler to digest, to be able to do. Set yourself up for success. Try that 1 treble really fast. Then try 2. Then try the 2 trebles into the twist. Okay, take your time through it. One of my best teachers really taught me how to break down, deep dive into steps. And it took forever. And I was this teenage boy and I hated how long it took. But now looking back on it, I was like, that's the proper way to do it. And that's why I was so successful, because I had coaches like that were like on their hands and knees, like, and you want your foot here, try just this. Now try this and just 1 more part. Okay, now keep doing that 50, 60 more times. Okay, now let's do 1 more part. Like, you gotta love the process. That's the process. And it takes a while, but then the final result. And unfortunately, like this video you saw the final result of probably an iceberg's amount of work that you never see. It's submerged under the water. You don't see all that hard work that goes on in the background. So just understand that those videos you watch, there's a lot of work going on in the background. You're seeing the final product of a really intricate, complex thing. When you were competitively dancing, how often did you get new shoes? I've been dancing for 5 years and barely got my 3rd pair of soft and hard shoes. Well, that's good. I think shoes have gotten better since back in the day. I practiced and trained, 6 times a week, like 6 days a week. And so I always had my shoes on. I was always practicing, always, doing stuff. So, yeah. I ran through a pair of hard shoes like every 3 months, 2 months, 2 or 3 months. Now I've had those shoes for like a year or 2. I always have a new pair that I'm also breaking in as well, and maybe like an old junky pair behind that. I usually rotate 3 pairs of shoes. That as soon as one finally kicks the bucket, then the next shoe takes its place, and I get a new pair of shoes, and it kind of rotates from there. Yeah, they're not meant to last forever. And I know some dancers that have like slippers, like literally their hard shoes have turned to slippers, and they have holes, and they've patched the holes, and they've re-tipped them, and all this stuff. I've never been a believer of that, because then they also lose their structure, and then you're really, like, for me personally, like, my arches hate like really old shoes. So it depends on the dancer. But that's okay that your shoes have lasted so long. That's lucky. I think that's great. Or it means you're not dancing enough. Guys, I'm going to be heading out really soon. This has been a lot of fun. Actually, I have to head out pretty soon. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a blast as always. If we're going to keep doing this. If you have any ideas for Pick the Trick next week, or if you'd like to submit your idea for what we should be calling these Wednesday live streams, let me know. If you enjoyed this live stream and you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. It's been fun. I love these 2-hour live streams. I would appreciate the likes. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Again, we're going to continue doing this. We're over the hurdle of 10 patrons, so this is a weekly thing. I like to keep it a weekly thing, weekly live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in and becoming a patron. If you haven't, you can visit patreon.com/Tyler Schwartz and become a patron. If we get to 20 patrons, I'm doing a DIY build your own dance floor video series where I'm going to build the cheapest, budget-friendly, but good dance floor and show you how to do that. And if we get to 30, because I've been asked this a lot, I'm going to dive into the traditional sets, which will involve me doing my research and reaching out to a lot of older older dance teachers that know more about the traditional sets. I know them, but I want to make sure that I'm doing them properly and correctly, because those traditional sets have a lot of rules with them on what to do and what not to do. So I want to make sure all of that information is accurate for you. Do it right. So 30 patrons, we're going to be diving into that. 40 patrons, we were talking about something. What was it? Oh, adult, dance classes. I can offer a live stream like this, like a Monday adult class, like going through just great exercises that I love to do, like love to go through and teach. If we get to 40 patrons, how about that? If we get to 40 patrons, that's going to be something. If we have 40 patrons on this channel and that much support, I will have the time on that will free up enough time of mine to be able to offer that on a consistent basis. Okay, so an adult style class, and I'll add that to the Patreon. Okay, so yeah, not good. Oh. Let's see. Let me just dive in. What was it? Been dancing for 5 years. Still have the same pair of shoes. That's good. Hey, might not be dancing enough. I don't know. I'm messing with you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for the likes, guys. Wow. I think this is the first live stream we went over 10 likes. Good stuff. Oh, Fluff. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Fluff is a supporter. He's a patron of the channel. Thank you so much for your support, Fluff. I gotta make a note of that. I keep forgetting. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you all for your support. Yep. Yeah. First time you can make it. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. I enjoy this so much. That's why I do over 2 hours of this. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Look forward to more videos in the future. I got a few lined up. I got a few announcements lined up. Really cool things. Future looks bright. Stay on the up and up. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Get your vaccine when it's your turn. Definitely. Let's get back to being able to travel and enjoy the world again. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all.